So I got lucky the other night on the duality, got the Heart Shadow, the new Void exotic sword. It's pretty nice. So I've just done a build based around this on my Warlock, because I've seen a lot of builds on it, mainly revolving around hunters. I thought I'd do something different on my Warlock for you. So I'll start off by saying what the sword actually does. Heavy attacks made with full sword energy turn you invisible and fire exploding void projectiles. So how it works is whenever you do a heavy attack, that makes you invisible, and then the 3 void projectiles that come out, when that hits the enemy, it gives them a 15% debuff, a bit like your void grenades with a weakening effect. So you debuff the enemy by 15%, and then you'll see that come up on the bottom left, shot in the dark, and that gives you like 2.5, 3 seconds of an extra 15% damage as well while you're invisible. So hitting an enemy with the sword turns you invisible, debuffs them by 15%, and then you get an extra 25% on your sword for a few seconds as well. So the sort of process that you need to do, the sort of rhythm, is a heavy attack and then 4 or 5 light attacks, which I'll show you more as we go along. And then I've just stuck some aspects and fragments on there to sort of buff the invisibility out. I've got Echo of Persistence, which extends the invisibility in particular on this build. Also extends Devour, but the invisibility, you get about 9 seconds with it on your sword. And then also I'm running Echo of Obscurity, so finishers also grant me invisibility. I've got some other things, but I'll just go on to the sword first of all, and then we'll break it down. I'm also running Felwinters on there as well, which I will go into a bit more. But here's the sword, what that actually does. So I just popped into this lost sector just to show you exactly how it works. So doing heavy attacks makes you invisible, and then you're going to see that on the bottom left there, shot in the dark. And what that's doing, it's giving you an extra 25% damage on your sword, which you're best off doing it with your light attack. So if you can sort of imagine you do a heavy attack and then you do so many swipes to get the best out of it, because what you're doing is you're doing your heavy attack, that's debuffing the enemy by 15%, and then your light attack's doing an extra 25% damage to the target. So basically it's a heavy, light, and then a heavy again to restart the process. So I've got some clips of me doing that in the master duality, so it's actually pretty decent, to be honest. It was better than what I thought, because I didn't hear a lot of good stuff about it, but it is actually really good. So as you can see there, I did the heavy attack, which is debuffed in, and I'm also getting the 25% again. So you'll see it, I'm not going to keep saying it because it'll probably annoy you, but it's a heavy and then light. That's what you want to be doing. Really good for clearing void shielded enemies like that. You're nice and safe there, invisible. So it's pretty nice. Again, just showing you what I'm doing. So it's a heavy. I missed it, but there you go. Heavy, light, and that's how you get the best out of the sword. Applying the 25% damage increase for yourself, followed by the 15% debuff. Obviously you're going invisibility as well. I've also, what I've got on is I've got the Warlock helmet, the finisher helmet. It's called Felwinter's Helm, which I'm going to show you exactly how that fits into the build right now. So what that does, powered melee or finishers create a burst of energy that weakens nearby targets. Finishers and final blows against higher targets increase the sort of duration and the effects. And I've also got reactive pulse on there, so I'm going to get a nice overshield. And what I've also done is I've put repulsor brace on there. I've got repulsor brace on my trace rifle, so as you can see, the Felwinters and the repulsor brace, they actually work together, because repulsor brace gives you an overshield when you kill a debuffed target. So as you can see there, I'm getting my overshield, so you can sort of see what I'm trying to do with the build. Use the sword for the invisibility. I'm also going invisible from the finishers, and whenever I'm finishing, I'm debuffing all the enemies around me, going invisible. I've got a nice overshield, and obviously so all them enemies are debuffed with a void effect. I can take advantage of that with my repulsor brace weapon, whichever I run, to get that overshield. And I've also got devour going on as well. So that's the sort of build what I've fitted around. It works quite nice. It's not just a novelty, it's actually quite nice. I was doing some decent damage against Katil in the master dungeon with it, and not only that, you're actually helping your teammates out as well, because you're debuffing the enemy quite a lot, consistently, like basically as long as you don't run out of ammo you can keep debuffing. This is just more clips of the Felwinters, like what that's doing, how that's sort of complementing this build in particular. Really sort of nice. Just disrupting everything, debuffing them, getting my overshield while I'm finishing, switching to my repulsor brace trace rifle, and getting obviously the overshield as well as devour. Now the next couple of clips is just everything working together, the sword, the Felwinters, the finishers, the void debuffs. Just let me know what you think in the comments, if you think it's sort of a decent build or there's something we could do a bit better. Like I said, I have seen a lot on the Hunter, and it's really good on the Hunter, but like I said, I have seen a lot of them about. I just want to try something a little bit different. You stand there like that and sort of go invisible, finish this enemy here, look, and he's going to debuff from the Felwinters. Easy days, giving my teammates loads of debuffs, and then obviously the actual invisibility with a sword is extremely helpful on any character, especially on a Warlock. Warlocks aren't meant to go invisible, but you can with a sword, so it's pretty decent. Capturing plates on the inside terminus GM, very useful. And then in this clip here, it all works nicely together. I suppress them with my suppressor grenade. I've been invisible, cap the plate, and I'm going to go in, finish, get invisible, debuff all them around me from the Felwinters, and I'm pretty safe if I need to, because I've got another invisibility with a sword. So I'll leave these clips playing out, and then I'll go into the full build at the end, show you everything. Let me know what you think. Stay tuned, I'll show you the full build. Right, so this is now the full build, the full setup. I'll always leave a dim link in the video description so you don't have to listen to me rambling on for another few minutes. But it's quite important that I run certain things for certain reasons, and I like to explain it. If you don't want to listen to that, that is totally cool. I run Feed the Void and Child of the Old Gods. Feed the Void is really good. Defeating a target with void ability activates devour, and you can just basically keep devour going all the time with any sort of decent weapons. Child of the Old Gods, that adds towards the weakening effect. I like to run the suppressor grenade because that suppresses the enemies, makes them dizzy. That enables me to get in close with my sword if I need to, or get in there for a finisher. These never change: Healing Rift, Pocket Singularity, Burst Guard. Echo of Undermining, my void grenades weaken targets, so my suppressor grenade weakens targets, my sword's weakening targets. My Child of the Old Gods is weakening targets, and the Felwinter's Helm, whenever I finish something, is all weakening targets. So everything I do, basically, yeah, you guessed it, weakening targets. And I'm also running Echo of Persistence. That increases my devour and the invisibility and the overshield if I'm running the overshield thingy, but I'll do it on this class. So it's invisibility and devour that it increases. You get 9 seconds on your invisibility. Echo of Domineering, whenever I suppress a target, I'm running suppressor grenade. It gives me extra mobility and reloads my weapon. Plus the 10 discipline. Echo of Obscurity, finisher final blows make you invisible. So not only will my Felwinter's Helm do I debuff everything around me, I also go invisible. This is the setup. Now my mods, I definitely recommend running Lucian Blade because that increases the cooldown for your heavy attack on the sword. Quite important, that fits on an arc piece. I'm running Elemental Charge, that's going to enable me to become charged with light so I can keep my Lucian Blade going. I also run Elemental Ordnance, getting kills with my grenade spawns Elemental Wells, therefore that's going to make my Elemental Charge work. And I'm also running Protective Light, just in case you take a bit of extra damage that you're not meant to, it'll kick in. It's just an extra little bonus. And I'm also running Reactive Pulse because this really complements the Felwinter's Helm. So whenever I do a finisher on a enemy, it's going to give me a blue overshield whilst I'm finishing. As long as I'm charged with light and you've got another arc mod fitted somewhere, which I have on my class item there. So if you remember with Reactive Pulse to run another arc mod somewhere on your armour, you should be golden. and that activates a second perk, gain a powerful overshield while performing your finisher. And then the other little thing that I touched on briefly is this one here, repulsor brace. So we've got all the invisibility and all the overshields going on, and then repulsor brace works really nice with Felwinters, because Felwinters debuffs enemies, and you're going to take advantage of that, because repulsor brace kicks in, defeating a void debuff targets, grants an overshield that lasts for an improved duration, because I got the enhanced version. So there you go, that's the full build. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Have a great day.